Alright, well, I had a request for my Fl4k build, so I'm going to go over that in this video. Just a quick little overview of what I do for my Fl4k. This is my standard loadout, other than here I usually have a heavy weapon. But I use the Unseen Threat, Dastardly Clairvoyance, a masher version, the Caisson, and sometimes the Garcia. My comm does have some good stats towards using Jacob's weapons, so I prefer Jacob's anyway. And I'm using a front loader shield with incendiary damage, and grenades. I mean, you can use a cloning hunter seeker, which I do have, but it doesn't really matter because, well, the mitosis hunter seeker, which splits into 3, shoots out those little things. It's supposed to help you reduce your cooldown by hitting crits. So it does help in that, but I find that it comes back quick enough that I can just play around with other grenades, and at this point in the game, grenades are useless other than their action skill and anointments, and helping to trigger other things like action skill cooldown. I am doing a deathless build as well. In this particular case, a Snowdrift Deathless. I use the Deathless here because I am rolling with the 150 radiation damage anointment on my gun. So in order to take advantage of that, I've got to keep my health below 50%. I could use a stopgap instead of the front loader. Or no, I can use the front loader and other artifacts if I want to, just to have a little bit of health. But I like to live a little dangerously, so I don't necessarily use that unless I'm going up against like Wotan or the new Guardian Takedown. As far as my skill tree here, in the Hunter tree I have this one maxed out, so that's 1 capstone. I also have Stalker maxed out for another capstone there. 3 points into Persistence Hunter. For obvious reasons, gives you increased gun damage and action skill duration. So that's what we like to have. Anything that we can get that increases damage or affects our action skill in a positive way. So I do go with Hunter skill, obviously, because it gives you damage once you get those stacks built up. Leave no trace. For that potential ammo regeneration on crit hits. Also head count, max that out. Max 2 Fang as much as possible. My comm puts an additional 3 points in there. So this is a big one here. We do want to have this one, especially when we're sniping and you get that 2 projectiles on 1 shot. Insane damage. 1 point into this. I find that's all I need, so I can keep those points and throw all the additional ones into Grim Harvest. Because again, we want that increased gun damage and action skill damage. With the next level increase, definitely max that out. depending on how many points we get, and then look elsewhere. The most dangerous game, you know, you do have to kill a badass or stronger, but the benefit of that is you get all the increase in gun damage, critical hit damage, everything in that list. And then Galactic Shadow. Again, we want anything that increases our critical hit damage. And Megavore. So even body shots can count as critical hit. In the Stalker tree, we're looking at Furious Attack. We have Eager to Impress. You know, we want that because we're trying to get the action skill back up as soon as possible. 1 point in here, and the reason why I only have 1 point in here is because I am running a deathless build, so any health regeneration isn't going to help me. So that not putting any points in there or in self-repairing system allows me to max out overclocked. You know, sending projectiles down to your enemies faster, at a faster rate, increases your gun damage. This does come in handy because we are running basically a glass cannon. So having your pet being able to revive you is good in sticky situations. Turn, tail, and run. Not for the health regen, but for when you're standing still. And damage reduction while moving. Hidden Machine. Again, damage plus 30% when an enemy is not targeting you. So that's definitely beneficial. And then finally, the power inside. You definitely, with this build, you're not getting the double increase in damage, but it still helps with your overall damage increase. Let's see, and then Guardian rank, everything maxed out here. The most important ones you're going to be looking at is Overkill, Hollow Point, Too Angry to Die, absolutely, and then Harmageddon. As far as Mayhem, I do play in Mayhem 10, and these are the modifiers I use. These three cause less interference with your normal gameplay, and then Holy Crit because of the 25% increase in critical hit damage. And that's it. So we're going to go through a little playthrough and see what we can do there. Any comments, just leave them in the comment section. Thanks.
for your last breath. Yes, to the bloodletting! Hold on, Beast! Grilling. How are your last rest?
Better run from me! I never felt...
He's down!
Climb lightly!
I've got you, girl. We have much ahead of us.